Look what I got. It's good to see you. Today we're going to be talking about a famous American architect, Frank Lloyd Wright. And since he's famous for combining architecture and organic spaces, green spaces, like this, I thought this would be a good place to start. And one of his houses is just a kilometer this way, a mile, half a mile. But which way to go? So you'll get lost with me. So for today, for some primary vocab to focus on, look right here. And if you want the secondary vocab, right here. And guys, if you enjoy these videos, subscribe. I do it for you guys, and it really helps me out when you subscribe and like the videos. Alright, so Frank Lloyd Wright is almost more famous for his personal life than his architectural achievements. But let me give you a little history to start with. So of course, famous American architect, interior designer, writer, and educator who designed more than 1,000 different structures around the world. Wright believed, like I was just mentioning, that architectural designs should be in sync. They should have a connection to the nature around them, with humankind and philosophy. This is what he called organic architecture. And you see this blossoming across the world today. He was definitely ahead of his time when it came to this idea of organic architecture, this connection, this reliance on nature instead of mechanical devices. The architectural design that best exemplifies his organic architecture is the Falling Water House, and it's beautiful. Constructed in 1935, I think. And I don't know who, but some dude labeled it one of the best architectural designs ever created. And I mean, it is beautiful. He's also renowned for his unique perspective on urban planning that he orchestrated across the United States. And his career was very long, spanning over 70 years. Besides designing houses, he designed offices, skyscrapers, churches, schools, hotels, you name it, he designed it. Always leaving a mark, something characteristic of his innovative style. He would even design the interiors for a lot of these places, including furniture and stained glass. On top of that, he wrote 20 books, countless articles, and lectured across Europe and the United States. So let's get into his personal history, because like I mentioned, it's crazy. So he left his first wife and ran off to Europe with some mistress. During this phase of his life, a period of time in or during a larger process of time or change. During this phase of his life, of course, they fell in love, and he eventually returned back to Wisconsin, his home state, and built a beautiful house, the Taliesin house. So they kind of just relaxed there until their divorces were finalized, because they were both married at the time that they met each other. So his wife finally allowed him to get divorced. She refused for quite a while. And like I said, they built this amazing house, but there's this devastating story that surrounds its history. So he was in Chicago at the time, and his wife and her children from another father were visiting her there. And a disgruntled employee set the house on fire. He poured gasoline on the exterior, set it on fire, and as the people ran from the house, he killed them with an axe, and he ended up killing 7 of them, including his wife and her children. It was after this period, I think he was in or near his 50s already, that he was seen as being washed up past his prime. Really nothing new to contribute to the architectural scene. So then he meets this new girl, and they have this relationship for about a year or so. It's very rocky, but it doesn't last that long. She has bipolar disorder, or during, I think they were actually married, And during the divorce proceedings, during the actual divorce process, it says that he would beat her and she would pull a knife on him and point guns, and it was just a crazy, crazy, crazy couple. You could say a match made in heaven, although I'm being sarcastic, obviously. Not to be a guy without a girl by his side, he found another girl while he was visiting Chicago. From Montenegro. So she got pregnant with their child. So just before their child was born, the Taliesin house burnt down for a second time. Once, twice. This time due to faulty wiring, so bad cables, kind of messy. And in this fire, he lost about $500,000 worth of art, Japanese art. And after this accident, he wrote a friend and he said, I suppose it's just a question of how much punishment I can stand, how much I can tolerate. Oh, it's beautiful right now, take a look. Anyway, so finally, the day that their daughter was born, his ex-wife tracked him down to track someone or something down, to find someone or something by searching and looking extensively for them. So she tracks them down and she tries to have Frank arrested under something called the Mann Act. This was something that could get you arrested for hiring immigrant prostitutes. So again, the story just keeps getting crazier.